Yeah. That's right, everybody, I'm doing a video on this guy again. Now, there was 2 videos of my ideas, and I put it off until now because, well, I had other videos to make, but I went back to him to finish off this 2-part video spree I was gonna do a while ago. So let's just kick right in.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Xmos, a gaming channel just like any other, however with slightly better graphics.
I highly doubt you have slightly better graphics, but hey, I could be wrong.
A few weeks ago, the developer of Rime broke down in tears after people accused him of faking the gameplay, like it was actually cinematic and not the actual game. After that, he saw some of the comments about his games and he cried for 2 days about it. And to me, that is a bit too much.
Good to see you're not fully a cuck. That would have been worse than what you are now. Just stupid.
Like really, you read comments and you cry about it? Like Jesus, I should cry more then, cause I get people left and right telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about and that my game sucks.
You think that's bad? Oh god, that's funny. That's funny you think that's bad.
I mean, there are a lot of reasons to cry about. Don't believe me? Just take a look at this.
This whole video can be debunked with one simple software on the PC, the DirectX 12 and blah 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 blah.
That's what you do? That's what you do. Are you incapable of raising your voice to a higher pitch, or lowering your voice to a lower pitch? You had to distort your audio to do that. Out of everything you could have done. My god. I've seen children do better than that, man. That's low quality stuff. You need to up your quality with that. That's not something that should be done, to that degree at least.
Oh my god, the guy just wrote a book to respond to my video. The irony of his comment is that he debunked himself in a matter of minutes, and most likely he still doesn't understand what was the message of the video. But then again, don't argue with people that in 2017 can't use Google or make sure that the article he provided is actually recent.
You mean like that thing he did? That I said he did? Really? Really? Are you a child? Are you incapable of reading? No? Okay then, go read his comment again.
I've seen gorillas with better comments than you.
Who is that?
That's me, you blind fuck.
And by the
I've seen fanboys with better videos than you. That doesn't mean anything though.
way, your last response? Too long, didn't read. But
Now, let's just hear what he said again, okay?
and by the way, your last response? Too long, didn't read. And by the way, your last response? Too long, didn't read.
You didn't even read his last response. Therefore, you have no idea if his points were valid or not. Because you couldn't be bothered to spend maybe 5 minutes reading the comments. Good job.
But jokes apart, I do acknowledge that the internet can be really mean, and most of all, reviewers can be even meaner, but that is no reason to cry about it. My problem with criticism is not telling me that my game sucks. Tell me something that I don't know. My problem is actually when people just say that your game sucks and that's it. Who cares about the effort or the attempt, the time invested, the interest in making games? No. What you usually get is a comment from somebody that has never made or even attempted to make a game telling you that your game sucks.
So, you need to actually attempt to make a game in order to give an opinion on a game. Wow, people say asking for reviewers to be good at a game is bad. Jesus Christ, man.
To be honest, if you're not prepared for that heat, it can really get to you. And yes, it got to me when I started making YouTubes long time ago. Like, people can be really nasty when they want to make someone feel bad. But that is something that you have to learn to deal with. And I learned just to take it as it is and have fun with it. Like the guy telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about. What?
Let's go ahead and give that comment a read, shall we? This whole video can be debunked with one simple software on the PC. DirectX 12. To put it basic, DirectX 12 makes creating video games easier because as the PC runs it, the game goes through DirectX 12, and then interprets the hardware to pick it up. But you wanna know what game devs hate? Paying to patch their own games. Like on console, The uglier side of walking within walled gardens was made apparent late last week when indie developer Polytron announced it would not be releasing a new patch for its Xbox Live Arcade XBLA hit Fez. More specifically, a patch to fix the original patch which corrupted a certain percentage of players' saves. The issue at hand wasn't a lack of desire to throw man-hours at a finished game, but rather than Microsoft's Xbox Live Arcade policy only allows for one free patch when subsequent patches require the game to go through a recertification process at a cost of $40,000. Now I'm gonna double check and make sure this is the same, so you didn't get everything wrong. So if it is the same, the argument that it was 5 years ago is irrelevant. So time to check. It appears as though there's two ways of doing it. One is through paying. I saw a paid method, and two is through applying. So, yes and no, he is incorrect, but he's also not incorrect. The amount cost is different as well. It's not 40,000 as the article from back then said. It's like 20 or 100, but still. So he is incorrect, but he's also not. However, the first bit that he said about DirectX 12 still stands. It debunks your video. DirectX 12 makes it a lot easier to develop on PC. So the whole argument of, oh, it's fixed settings and blah 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 doesn't work.
Well, at least I'm here trying to help people and start a conversation. A discussion that is really important for anybody that wants to make games. Instead of just going around shitting on people's work just cause I didn't understand the underlying message and can't use Google.
As I said in the first video I did about you, I listened to the video about 5 times before actually recording my response. The underlying message is you don't know what you're talking about. That is the underlying message.
There should be more appreciation around, and I'm not saying that we don't get any, we do, and that to me is why it's worth doing this, cause when you see that you are actually helping people, it's just awesome. Like engaging with people that wants to know more and looking forward to your help is a great feeling. With Rhyme on the other hand, I think that the developer took things a little too much on the personal emotional side.
And we can agree there, he did.
I believe that this may be due to him not being used to the internet hate or whatever, but I doubt it cause you should be accustomed to it by now. But then again, anything is possible. Like I said, we should appreciate more, and this is one of the reasons that I always tell people to start showing their work early, make videos and all, cause it seems to me that if you show people that you're working on something, they value it more. Now,
I'm pretty sure there's many animators that disagree with you there, buddy.
Now with Rhyme, the development of the game has been a bit turbulent. Like at first it was supposed to be only PS4 exclusive, but it fell through and now it will be available on multiple platforms. I know that this kind of problem gives the wrong perception of what is going on with the development of the game, but you have to understand that many things happen during development and a lot of them may be out of control of the developer. And then there is the creative side for which can be lost along with motivation. This is something that most people don't even begin to understand. Like seeing people shitting on your project just cause you're taking some time to get it done can really drive the developer to lose complete interest in his own project.
Then you find something else in the project to work on. You don't have to do the same thing all the time.
I actually admire a lot Hello Games for not giving up after the backlash that they got. And I know for a fact that I'm in a very small group here, which is to say a shame, cause they should get the recognition that they deserve. Doubting the game and if it's really going to get done or not, it's not the question here.
Okay, so you're gonna think about people thinking a game that was set to be programmed in 2013. And it finally released in 2017. You're saying that they don't have the right to ask if it's actually coming out. I don't know. Especially considering Scalebound did similar, and many other games do similar things. I think you're thinking more as a developer than somebody with any questioning abilities. You can't separate yourself from the developer mindset.
What I'm trying to say is that people should stop and think before blasting someone for doing something, because after all, whoever is pointing the finger today will get many fingers pointed at you in the future.
That's not how most of this stuff works, buddy. Think again.
Ever since I saw Rhyme, I thought it looked really good, but wasn't really concerned when it was coming out. All I cared about is not to miss the launch day, cause I really want to play. But it doesn't matter if the game gets delayed or anything, just get it out. So to summarize things, I honestly believe that people should appreciate people's effort. And again, I'm not talking about not criticizing, I'm talking about do criticize, but be constructive about it.
People do give constructive criticism, but you have to deal with both types on the internet. You have an issue, do your crowdsourcing in real life. Beta tests, whatever. Do it in real life, don't bother with the internet.
The guy that wanted to prove me wrong could have simply put that aside and argue like this. Hey man, but DirectX 12 was designed to solve that problem, so technically making games for computers is becoming less of a struggle for the developers thanks to that technology. Maybe you should get more information on that and maybe make a video about it.
Oh, so we're policing how people have to respond or criticize you. Okay. That definitely still wasn't constructive criticism, even if you said your video could be debunked. Okay, well, here's a few choice words for me to say about that opinion. You are a cuck.
See? Simple. This is constructive criticism. But the way he put it, it feels like there is a 12-year-old in front of the computer just raging about nothing. Why should I take it seriously? But nobody's going to listen to me. Anyway, this was Dr. X, and I'm outta here.
Do you want to know why nobody's gonna listen to you? Because you spent 5 minutes complaining about how somebody commented on a video. Like, Jesus Christ, I've done a lot of petty things, but this takes the cake. I mean, my God. What are you, a child?
See ya.
Anyway, if you like this video, do leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Hello, my name is Squirrel, and I am from the Chrono Network, a fellow YouTube channel in which the link will be in the description. I am here to give my evaluations on Xmos Gaming, because I was the one to show go get these two videos in the first place. Xmos Gaming is an interesting YouTube channel, and it is not for the particular quality of his content, more along the lines that his platform is built on developing indie developers. He has a total of 680 subscribers, and he joined only 4 to 3 years ago. Now, let's look at another YouTube channel called Friendly Cosmonaut. This channel is devoted to helping indie developers by teaching the people who are inexperienced in making video games how to use a particular, very specific game engine called Game Maker. He is not the only one, or she, if I should say, is not the only one that really does this sort of thing, teaching game developers how to use this specific engine. There are people like Sean Spalding who want to teach and show people how to make video games, for them to diverge off to make popular, interesting games. I highly recommend, if you're interested in actually developing a video game, to check these channels out and to consider getting Game Maker Studio 2. The more and more I look at these channels, the more and more I don't want to compare them, because the Friendly Cosmonaut actually gives valuable details and information to game developers who are trying their best to make a video game. Xmos Gaming is more along the lines of, well, I mean, if you look at the actual videos on this channel, it starts out with the majority of the first videos that he posted is about No Man's Sky. And then it escalates to making indie mistakes and what engine to pick, and it's just a mess. You see, with channels like the Friendly Cosmonaut, they're there to give you details and to show you how to actually make a game. when more and more it looks like Xmos just wants to be your lawyer. But to be honest, more and more I see it, the more and more I hear him trying to defend stuff. Here's a really interesting way of taking criticism. For one of my main points for him, in which you probably saw in the video, was the fact that he did not understand what DirectX 12 is. Now, at first telling him what it is, he ignored it. And throughout my entire conversation with him, he pretty much ignored everything I was saying, going into the minor screw-ups I made because of the shortage of time I had. Since I didn't have enough time to check the links, I made a mistake and accidentally posted an article that was old. And guess what? He didn't seem to care, even when I admitted that it was a mistake. And then when I actually debunked his whole proof by using up-to-date resources, and as many as I could find, as well as quoting those resources, and explaining it further, he just said that it was too many words and it was a book. It sounds more and more like he actually legit can't take valid criticism, and has to resort to petty name-calling and flat-out ignorance to try to make him look like the smart guy, to make him believe that people believe him, and not somebody like me who actually knows what they're talking about. Xmos, the video in which I first commented on, you do realize that some engines and some platforms still have a lot of restrictions if you're trying to move or make a game for them. For example, if I wanted to use and make a game on the computer and then make a port to the Xbox One and PS4, I would have to pay $800 per console. Tell me how that is more convenient for me, an indie developer. I'm waiting. And since I'm probably going to be at the end of GoGet's video, goodbye since 2018.